Hey guys, Justin here doing my final collection video, and now we're going to be talking about my Blu Rays that I have here on the bottom shelf of my collection shelf that I have here. So now we'll go into the if you look right here, I have the box sets. I have special covers for special boxes for DVDs, 3D Blu Rays, and regular Blu Rays. So we'll go. So I'm gonna go through each and every one of them. So I'm gonna show you all the different types of Blu Rays that I have here. So starting with the first one, I have the Harry Potter Complete 8-film collection, which is a great collection I got for eBay for $40. Comes with all 8 movies: Harry Potter and the Sorcerer's Stone, Harry Potter and the Chamber of Secrets, Harry Potter and the Prisoner of Azkaban, which is my favorite, Harry Potter and the Goblet of Fire, Order of the Phoenix, Half-Blood Prince, Deathly Hallows Part 1, and Deathly Hallows Part 2. A great collection, but my only downside is that there's no additional bonus material for there's no additional disc for extra bonus materials, but they do come with the bonus features that are on here, like the additional scenes and stuff. But I kind of wish they had like the whole everything you would expect in the Harry Potter films. But seeing how it is kind of a little bit more cheaper, if you're just getting the movies, I can see why they didn't include the additional discs. So still good. And now we have the Star Trek The Next Generation Motion Picture Collection, which comes with all 5 movies. Has a nice little cover of the Enterprise here. And here we have Star Trek Generations, Star Trek First Contact, Star Trek Insurrection, which is probably my least favorite of the movies, of the Next Generation movies, Star Trek Nemesis, and an additional bonus disc called Star Trek Evolutions. And here we have the Jurassic Park Ultimate Trilogy box set, which includes additional bonus material on here, and you also got hours of bonus features, including a sneak peek of the video game that they later did. Comes with the first movie, Jurassic Park, Lost World, and Jurassic Park 3, all in one. Great movies. Love all 3 of them. Or I love the first 2 movies. 3 I have is my least favorite, but it's still good to own at least the trilogy. And I'll eventually own Jurassic World someday, but it's gonna be a while before I do. Here we have the Underworld Trilogy Essential Collection. Before they released the new one at the time, Underworld Awakening, they did the 3 movies in a trilogy pack, which comes with Underworld Rise of the Lycans, Underworld The Director's Cut, Underworld Evolution, and it comes with a bonus disc which is called the Underworld Endless War, which is an anime short that bridges the gap between Evolution and Awakening. It's a nice little animated movie they did. And here we have the Hills Have Eyes unrated collection, the remake of Hills Have Eyes, which I actually really enjoyed for a remake of the original Wes Craven film. I actually thought this one was better in my opinion. And then we also have the second one, which is not so good, but I do like the gore that they do in this one and the brutality, so it is still fun in this one, but man, not quite as good as the first one though. Here we have, and for special box covers, we have a 10 box set of Batman Begins on Blu-ray, which comes with loads of bonus features. So, love this movie a lot. Then we have a special limited edition of The Big Lebowski, which comes with a booklet that goes over that goes over a lot of things behind the scenes and everything, and the impact that the film had from the Coen brothers. Great movie. And here we have one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies, A Clockwork Orange, which again, much like Big Lebowski, also has a booklet that goes behind the scenes and pretty much also explains the impact that Stanley Kubrick had as a director, which I thought was very fascinating. And here we have Gone Girl, which is the limited edition package that includes the booklet that was actually in the film called, let me get it out here. Here we go. Sorry about that. Comes with the Blu Ray, which has a nice little book cover of it that is based on a book itself, so I thought this is the way it comes in this little slip cover is pretty cool. And you also have the book that the film goes into detail with in the movie called The Amazing Amy Tattletale, which is actually by The Amazing Amy Telltale, which is actually a book that's in the movie itself that the character Amy is based off of. So I thought this was nice that when I bought this at Walmart, they actually had a tie-in with the movie as a prop. So I thought this was really interesting. Loved this movie a lot. And here we have The Hobbit, Unexpected Journey on Blu-ray and DVD combo pack. Comes with a nice booklet that you can see behind the scenes details about. It even comes with a little map of Middle-earth too, which I thought was pretty cool. Unfortunately, I don't have the rest of the other two Hobbit films or the rest of the Lord of the Rings films on Blu-ray. But eventually what I'm going to do is I'm going to get all the extended versions on like one big package, so that way I can have the entire series, including this one. Going to be a long time, but I'll get it eventually. Then we have Inception, great Christopher Nolan film. And what's cool about this one is it comes with the Blu-ray and DVD, which has a little nice cover if you can see it. It's got like it's like a hologram kind of cover, which is cool. And then what I also enjoy about where I got this package at Best Buy, which comes with the shooting script actually by Christopher Nolan, which goes into detail of how Nolan came up with the idea with Inception and stuff. And it comes with some nice, colorful photography work, or concept art that's pretty interesting. So, there's those. Great movie. Then we have Interstellar, which again, much like with Inception, it comes with a lot of great it comes with a DVD and Blu-ray, and additional bonus feature disc that goes into the making of the movie. And I have it around here somewhere. What's cool about Interstellar, and I really love this movie a lot, it comes with this package right here that comes with a booklet that, let me get it out here, a nice booklet that goes beyond time and space, and it basically deals with how they went behind the scenes making the film and all that. And for a collector's item, it comes with a 70mm film print at the IMAX theater, which I know you can't really see in this image right here, but the way it came out and the quality I thought was very fascinating. I did see this in IMAX in Tulsa a couple years ago, and I really did love the way this experience was, because seeing it on that kind of big screen really shows much of the impact that movie had. So really do dig this movie a lot. And we also have, and here we also have Man of Steel, which I know a lot of people are very split on this one, but I do happen to really like this movie a lot. And I really like the cover of this. It's got a tin cover, comes with Blu-ray and DVD, and it also comes with a bonus disc. It goes with behind the scenes making of features. So Good movie. And then I also have Poltergeist, and it comes with, again, much like the other movies I have on Blu-ray, it comes with a booklet that goes into the making of, which is pretty cool. One of my favorite horror films growing up. And now we get to the 3D Blu-rays. So the first I have is Piranha 3D. Or the Polar Express 3D. Prometheus. It comes with Blu-ray 3D, Blu-ray, and DVD. Unfortunately, my DVD is missing, so I only have just the 3D and the Blu-ray. Resident Evil Retribution. Of course, you know I'm a fan of the films, but what's cool about this is that unlike I seen Afterlife in the theaters, and that 3D sucked, but I've seen this also in the I've seen this in the theaters in 3D, and this 3D was a lot better. So I had to own this on Blu-ray 3D, and it still actually held up on my 3D TV. Then we also have Batman vs Superman: Dawn of Justice, the Ultimate Edition, which comes with both Blu-ray 3D and Blu-ray. And the only downside is the 3D version doesn't include the Ultimate Edition. So it's cool seeing the 3D, but man, I wish the Ultimate Edition could have been shot in 3D, because that would have been cool. Then we also have The Adventures of Tintin 3D, which I thought, you know, for a motion capture film from Steven Spielberg, I thought was very fascinating. Dread 3D. All right, here we go. One of the best 3D movies I've ever seen in the theater, and even to this day, when I watch it at home, it still is great. It is still fun. I hope they make a sequel someday, because that would be awesome. Gravity 3D. Great movie. I really wish I could have watched this in IMAX, because this is the kind of film that is built for IMAX theaters. Guardians of the Galaxy. The only Marvel film I own that's in 3D that I really enjoyed. I'm missing a few Marvel movies, especially Captain America, The Winter Soldier, and Civil War. And Marvel's Avengers Age of Ultron and Ant-Man, so I'm kind of behind as far as my collection of the Marvel Cinematic Universe movies, but I dug this movie a lot, and I love the 3D of it, so I had to own it on Blu-ray 3D. So when I get a chance to own Doctor Strange in Blu-ray, I'll definitely buy it on Blu-ray 3D. Hugo 3D. One of the best 3D experiences that not only enhances the story really well, but also even works as its own movie too. So, great movie. And yes, I know a lot of people find this one overrated, but I still like it. James Cameron's Avatar in Blu-ray 3D. Now, it's been a while since I watched this at home, but from what I remember watching the theater, I really did love the 3D a lot, so I'll have to rewatch this on Blu-ray, because I've only seen glimpses of it on 3D at home, so I'll rewatch it sometime. Then we get a very underlooked movie, Live, Die, Repeat, also known as Edge of Tomorrow, which I like the title Live, Die, and Repeat better because it sounds more cool. This is great, especially with the 3D and Tom Cruise's idea of Groundhog Day, where he's getting killed in almost every single time by these aliens, and it's just fun to watch. It's a great 3D movie. Here we have My Bloody Valentine in 3D, which is actually the first film I ever watched in theaters in 3D, and I actually really enjoyed it a lot. I rewatched it recently at home, and the 3D still holds up. I think for one of the first films that revitalized the 3D genre that we have nowadays, this still, I think, was the basis. This still sticks with me. A Very Harold and Kumar Christmas 3D. Great comedy, especially from the guys from the other two Harold and Kumar movies, and really the 3D is hilarious. The Wolverine. Now, the only reason I bought this version of the film is because it comes with the unrated version, and otherwise I wouldn't have been able to buy them. I couldn't buy it separately. So I haven't watched the Blu-ray 3D version, but I've seen the Blu-ray and DVD, which come with the extended edition. So from what I heard, the 3D version of this really is not that good. So it might have been a bad idea to buy the film, but I still wanted to buy it because I had to own the unrated edition. So, great movie. One of my favorite James Bond films, Casino Royale. Quantum of Solace, which is not so good, my least favorite of the Daniel Craig movies. And Skyfall, my second favorite of Daniel Craig's. Actually, now that I think about it, it's actually my favorite of the Daniel Craig James Bond movies. I don't own Spectre yet, but I will. A very underrated film, in my opinion, 3 Days to Kill with Kevin Costner. 300. 300 Rise of an Empire. Not as good as the first 300, but still enjoyable. 2000 Stanley Kubrick's 2001: A Space Odyssey. I really have to fully watch this film because there's a lot of things I need to really understand with the movie, because this is the kind of film that a lot of film historians watch, and I need to watch more of it. American Hustle, which is one of the best movies of 2013 in my opinion. And now we're getting to just the regular Blu Rays. They start earlier with the James Bond series that I started, but with the James Bond movies I started earlier, but now we're getting to the rest of them. These are all just regular. Now we have, this was actually given to me by Eddie, the Blu-ray edition of Batman, because of additional bonus features. Batman Assault Arkham, which is actually pretty much, which is basically what was the basis for Suicide Squad, in my opinion. It has almost the same cast of the Suicide Squad, or almost the same characters from Suicide Squad. They've just they're more akin to the actual comic books. And this one is actually set during the games, during the Arkham games. So I actually find this one quite enjoyable. Batman: The Dark Knight Returns, the deluxe edition, which comes with both parts. A very great, darker Batman story that would later become pretty much what Batman vs Superman was taking inspiration from. Great movie, especially having Peter Weller as Batman. Bram Stoker's Dracula, one of my favorite vampire films, and probably my second. It's probably my second favorite performance from Gary Oldman that I really love. Captain America: The First Avenger, great Marvel movie. I definitely like I like the sequels better, but I still enjoy this one a lot. Chronicle, one of the better found footage movies that we've had in a long time. You know, especially you have Dane DeHaan being Berserk. The Condemned, one of the first Stone Cold Steve Austin movies that they brought out that I actually still get a kick out of. The Conjuring, one of the best horror films that I've seen in years that brought back a lot of classic 70s horror. And no, I don't own the second one yet, but I will soon. Contagion, a very great medical drama that deals with a lot of real-world paranoia of what it's like to basically always wash your hands and try not to get sick. Great movie. Curse of Chucky. The Dark Knight, one of the best superhero films ever made. Daybreakers, one of the last great vampire movies we've had. Death Race, the remake. And no, I have not seen the sequels. Or even the original movie, but someday I'll probably check out the original. Dumb and Dumber 2, yes, I do happen to get a kick out of this movie a lot. Not just that, but I wanted it as part of the collection. And no, I do not own Dumb and Dumber When Harry Met Lloyd. I mean, someday if I ever plan to, I might get that one, but it's gonna be hard because this and the first one, without these two, you don't have a Dumb and Dumber movie, in my opinion. Eternal Sunshine of the Spotless Mind, one of the more reserved performances of Jim Carrey that I really do love. And a great movie as well. The Expendables, one of the best throwback film, best action throwback films I've seen. The Expendables instead of director's cut, which is even better because they had more detailed story involving Dolph Lundgren. Expendables 2, which is actually my favorite of the Expendables movies. Expendables 3, which I found very disappointing, but I still own it as part of the collection. Fargo. Fast and the Furious, Too Fast, Too Furious, Fast and Furious, Fast 5, Fast and Furious 6, and I don't own Tokyo Drift or 7 yet, but I will eventually soon, or I will eventually in the future. Of course, I already own this on DVD, but I had to get the Blu-ray of Fight Club because it's one of my favorite movies of all time. Ghost Rider, Spirit of Vengeance, which, yes, I know a lot of people hate this in the first movie, but you know what? I don't like the first movie either, but the second one, with this one, I at least got a kick out of it because this is the closest that we'll probably ever get to having a good Ghost Rider film. So, and plus, it's always, I thought it was great seeing Nicolas Cage going back to his really crazy kind of acting style that he's good at. So, I do get a kick out of that movie. The Gray, the original John Carpenter's Halloween, Halloween 2, Hell or High Water, one of the best movies of this year, Hercules, Homefront, which is one of my favorite, not only is one of my favorite Jason Statham performances, but also James Franco as well. So, Hot Tub Time Machine. I don't own Hot Tub Time Machine 2, but maybe someday I'll probably get it. The Hunger Games, Catching Fire, and The Hunger Games. I don't have the last two. I don't have Mockingjay Part 1 or 2, but eventually I will. Interview with the Vampire, one of the last great classic vampire movies. That's based on Anne Rice's novels. Which, yes, I heard there are supposedly doing a TV series of it now. I might watch it out of curiosity, but, you know, who knows. The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man, Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3, JFK, one of my favorite Oliver Stone movies, John Wick, Jumanji, one of my childhood movies growing up, Killer Elite, Killer Joe, Krampus, Leon the Professional, which has my favorite performance of Gary Oldman, and a great movie, Lone Survivor, one of the best war films I've ever seen, Looper, one of the last great Bruce Willis films that we've had. You know, I hope someday he'll revitalize his career again. Classic, The Lost Boys. And no, I don't own the second one, but I do own the third one, the Thirst. Someday I'll probably get the second one, but only time will tell. Lucky Number 11. Machete, which I have on DVD, but I got this on Blu-ray because I wanted to get the extra deleted scenes. And a lot of people ask me what my favorite movie of all time is, and it's this one, Magnolia. I'm dead serious. This movie I watch a lot, and it holds so much impact for me that I can relate to so much what goes on in this film. So, The Avengers, Men in Black 3, and over here we have in the back part we have The Nice Guys, one of the best movies of the year as well. Nightcrawler, one of the best movies of 2014. No Country for Old Men, Non-Stop, Pain and Gain, one of the better Michael Bay movies we've had. Pirates of the Caribbean, Curse of Black Pearl. Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Man's Chest. Pirates of the Caribbean, At World's End. Pirates of the Caribbean on Stranger Tides, Poltergeist 2, Poltergeist 3, and no, I don't own the remake, Prisoners, The Raid Redemption, The Raid 2, Red. Still will own the second one someday. The Revenant, one of the best movies of 2015. Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, one of my favorite Robin Hood films growing up. RoboCop. This another one. This also was given to me by Eddie as a gift. So, great movie. I will eventually own all of them someday, but again, it's in the future. And yes, I own this one because I'm a big fan of David Ayer, and I really like this one a lot. Sabotage. Safe. Safe House. Scream 4. Shoot 'em Up. Shutter Island. Sicario. Sinister. Sleepy Hollow. And I don't have the second Sinister yet, but eventually I will. Star Trek, the 2009 reboot. Still need to get the rest. The other 2 movies. And speaking of Star Wars coming up in a few days, Star Wars The Force Awakens on Blu-ray. Eventually I'm going to get the 3D version on Blu-ray as well, which comes with the additional bonus features, so again, that's in the making. Strangers. Super 8. Swordfish. Taken 2. Don't own Taken 3. Might someday, just as far as the series, but who knows. Ted. Haven't seen Ted 2 yet. Terror Train. Thor. Tower Heist. One of the last great Eddie Murphy movies that I've seen, and him and it also with Ben Stiller as well, so great movie. The Transporter. Transporter 2. Transporter 3. I don't own Transporter Legacy. Or I'm sorry, I don't own Transporter Refueled because I haven't seen that one. Trick or Treat. 999. True Grit, the remake. Underworld Awakening. Unleashed. William Shakespeare's Romeo and Juliet with Leo DiCaprio. Willow, grew up with this movie. The Wolf of Wall Street, one of the best movies with Leo DiCaprio, and it's a movie that I really think he should have won the Oscar for as well. The Wolfman remake. X-Men First Class. X-Men Origins Wolverine. I just own it as part of the collection. It's a very flawed X-Men movie, and yes, I agree with a lot of people. It's not that good, but it at least tried. X-Men 1. X-Men 2, X-Men United, which is my favorite of the series. X-Men The Last Stand, which in my opinion is the worst of the series, but I still own it. And I don't have Days of Future Past or X-Men Apocalypse, but eventually I will soon. And then last but not least, we have Star Trek The Next Generation, Best of Both Worlds, which is the 2-part episode of The Next Generation. Oh, and last but not least, we also have, in a collector's edition, I have the Dark Knight Rises on this limited edition broken Batman cowl, which comes with the Blu Ray and DVD, which my DVD is missing, but it comes with 3 discs, Blu Ray, DVD, and an additional bonus disc. So, great collection. Thank you guys so much for watching both my DVD and Blu-ray collection. I hope you guys enjoyed. And if you have any recommendations as far as other movies like to own, let me know in the comments. And if you guys have seen, and for the ones that I also own, if you guys have any comments about them as well, go ahead and leave me some comments. And I'll be coming up with my next review, which will be the Star Wars Rogue One coming up soon. As an added bonus, I figured I'd also show you my collection of VHS tapes that I currently own too. And yes, I still own my VCRs, so I figure I might as well go over my VHS tapes as well. So, starting over here, we have... So, I have The Animatrix on VHS. The Beverly Hillbillies. Black Hawk Down, The Evil Dead on VHS, which in my opinion is the best way to watch it, because I'm not really too big on watching this movie on like one of the higher quality DVDs or Blu-rays, because I feel like that would take a lot of the image quality, like a lot of the effects they use in this, and making it too cleaned up, and it kind of takes the atmosphere out of it. So this is probably the best way to watch it. And we also have Evil Dead 2 on VHS as well. And over here we have Oh Brother, Where Art Thou on VHS. Pearl Harbor, the 2 video tape cassette, which it's a very messy and very not so good movie, but I still own it because I grew up watching. I remember watching this a lot on VHS, and I remember I used to like it a lot, but now since I've come to watch it like again, it just seems like one of those movies that it's what Michael Bay is usually known for making movies like this for. So then I also have Pulp Fiction on VHS, so now I have it on VHS and DVD. On a recording, I have Psycho for the Beginning on VHS as well, so there's that. And then I also have the VHS copy of The Punisher. And I also have Saving Private Ryan, Sleepaway Camp. This is the uncut version. I have the collector's edition of Sleepaway Camp, but the problem is with this one, even though it's in widescreen, it does have a lot of scenes that are missing, like are trimmed out or deleted. So that's why I have 2 copies. Then I have Terminator 2: Judgment Day on VHS, which is my original copy I got for Christmas when I was little. So I still have the same one. And one of my all-time favorite movies, The War, on VHS, which to this day when I still watch, like it gets to me in so many ways, you know, just for the whole summertime feel. And I can relate to it in some ways because my dad wasn't in the war, but he was in the Army, and you know, it's one of those kind of movies that it's a great coming of age story that I really do love. So that's all my collection of the VHS tapes. I hope you guys enjoyed that. I hope you guys enjoyed seeing those. What kind of if you guys have any recommendations as far as VHS tape, let me know in the comments. And I thank you so much for watching. And if you like what you see here, you can check out more of my reviews and videos here on YouTube. And I'll be seeing you guys in my next review. I'll see you later.